So I really think that the Miami Heat are one of the most underrated teams in the entire NBA, to the extent that I feel like they've been so underrated so many times that even like Heat fans, or maybe you do realize what exactly it is that this team is, and what they could become, and what they have been and everything too, man. So yes, for today's video, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on the Miami Heat, just because I've been seeing them in so many different rumors for so many different reasons, and I don't know, man, it just kind of felt like having an event session about the Miami Heat today. So before we get going on today's video, if I can please ask you to leave a like if you guys end up enjoying the content after the video's over, and please hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, as I cannot grow this channel without you, my friend, and I'm getting very close to 300k subscribers, which is just like a huge milestone. I never thought this channel would ever even make it to, man. So yes, thank you all so much for that. But alrighty, first, I want to give a huge shout out to Kyle Lowry, okay? Kyle Lowry, last season, things did not go according to plan when he signed his, what was it, a 3-year, like $90 million contract with the Miami Heat. You know, he was brought to this team, obviously, to bring that same veteran leadership that he brought to when the Toronto Raptors won the ring with Kawhi Leonard a few seasons ago. And, you know, a lot of injuries happened. I mean, the guy's 35, you know, age happens. He's already kind of had, like, some body staying in shape issues in the past up until now, too. And this offseason, I'm pretty sure Pat Riley sat down with the man and said, hey, like, Heat culture, like this is an expectation of you to be part of this team. Do you want to be part of this team? If so, this is how it has to be done. And Kyle Lowry got in mad shape. Now, if you all saw the thumbnail of the video, I mean, he lost some weight. Like, huge props to him. That's not only going to help him on the court, but just staying healthy in general and everything, right, man? So, yeah, really wanted to give him a shout out and everything. And I think it just shows his dedication to playing out the rest of his contract with the Miami Heat at the best of his ability. You know, it's funny because I'm 30 now, and, you know, when you're younger and you look at NBA players turn 30, you're like, oh, like, they're, you know, in their prime, but they got only a few years left. And then once they hit like 35, 36, you're like, my goodness, they are ancient, they are dinosaurs. And I don't know, man, I feel like mentally, players, they often get forced to feel a lot older than what they really are, especially in today's NBA, where there's just so much like medical, like technology and science and stuff to prolong your career. I mean, I just saw a take about people saying that they think Steph Curry could play till he was in his 50s if he really wanted to. So I just think the realm of being a good basketball player, assuming that's what you want to do, you know, for until the age of 50, is definitely there. Maybe not that old, but, you know, I just think that we're going to see a lot more quality players being quality players for a long time, and Kyle Lowry just really embracing just the resources available to him, man. You really got to give him his props on that. But, you know, man, I've been thinking about just like all the rumors I've been hearing with the Miami Heat this offseason, and all like the trade packages, and being like, you know, you got to give up this whole haul to get Kevin Durant, or you got to give up all this to get Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? If I'm the Miami Heat, I'm saying screw you guys. Look at the standings last year, man. We were first place in the Eastern Conference, and when it comes down to it, you know, we lost to the Celtics in the conference finals in Game 7 by only a few points too, might I add there, man. So it's like, this team's so close. This team is so close. They've been close, and I understand the mindset of like, okay, well, there's one thing to be close, but you know, if you're not winning at all, then you got to do something, right? And I agree with that. I think there is changes that can be made to the team, but I also think it's important to note too that this team's window and the development of players and when people are going to be ready. It's like, you know, right now you have Jimmy Butler. He's the main man on the team. I mean, you know, he signed a large contract and everything. He's definitely like, probably you would think in the tail end of his prime, but then again, if anybody can keep their body up and everything, I think Jimmy Butler's one of those guys. And, you know, so you have that. And then now you have like Tyler Hero being in all these trade rumors. Like, Tyler Hero was injured in the playoffs, and Tyler Hero, the man in the regular season, was a 20-plus point per game scorer and everything. This kid can hit clutch shots. He's still extremely young and everything. And I know the Heat need him to be like, to win a championship. They need Tyler Hero to like be playing the best of his ability. If he's not, then the team's just not as good for those reasons and everything. But he's still coming to his own. He's getting better every single season. And I think, you know, yes, if you have the opportunity to trade just Tyler Hero for Donovan Mitchell, then yeah, you probably pull that off. Maybe you have to toss in a Duncan Robinson or something like that. That's fine and everything. But I don't know, man. I don't think they really need to go out and reshift everything that they're doing. You know, there's a few pieces they lost. They lost PJ Tucker, so you want to find a replacement for him. But, you know, they drafted that Jovic guy who I think was exactly what they needed. I felt like they needed like a stretch, you know what, 6'9", 6'10" type of player that can play that 4 spot, handle a little bit, and, you know, shoot the lights out. Duncan Robinson, I don't really think is that guy. I think he's just not quick enough to be that guy. I think Duncan Robinson definitely more is like a 2 or 3, and with his large contract and the emergence of Max Strus and what he brought to the team last season, like I can see where people are like, okay, Duncan Robinson, it might be time to move on from everything like that. But then, I also think about like what the meaning of Heat culture is and everything, and like what type of players can they go out and get that's not going to cost them giving up a 21-year-old Tyler Hero to just improve them in the right direction. Like what type of trades can be had out there? And the one guy that really always jumps in my mind that I just think he would be the perfect 4 for this team, playing next to Bam. And I think they could get him for a relatively really good price. I think go out there and get like a PJ Washington. Man, I love PJ Washington. I love the idea of him in the Miami Heat. I think it makes so much sense. I think maybe you can hit up a team like the Utah Jazz that are in a rebuild mode, and maybe you go out there and get you a Bojan Bogdanovic and also get yourself a Rudy Gay, get yourself a few veterans like that. I think there's a lot of really solid options of bringing in guys that instead of reshaping everything, you just kind of like plug in the holes a little bit and realize, maybe the things that you didn't have last season and kind of what you need now and everything. Now, and another big concern, like we were talking about earlier, was with Kyle Lowry. Like Kyle Lowry was definitely not at his best. So just the fact that you're getting a different transformation version of him is going to be huge for this team. And you get an entire offseason with Victor Oladipo being, healthy and incorporating himself. I mean, that's a former All-Star right there. There's just a lot of really good opportunities, man, for this team to get good. And I wouldn't trade away that entire future to do so. It's like, I think the Miami Heat are probably one of a few teams in my mind. And Miami Heat are the only one in my mind at the moment. I'm sure if I sat down, I could think of a few more. The Golden State Warriors. Let me continue here. But yeah, man, like my thing about this Miami Heat team is that like right now they're first place in the East. Right now they're getting to conference finals. They're getting to NBA finals. That's with like the current team. But then you look at the future of the team too, with Tyler Hero, with Bam Adebayo, with Jovic, if he can become a good NBA player, with the emergence of Max Strus, and it's like, you are set to have a good competitive basketball team for a very, very, very long time. And being the Miami Heat, even when you go on to that next window, maybe Jimmy Butler starts aging and it's time to move on for him or something like that, a few years down the road, then you still have this foundation of something you built. You're playing in Miami. Free agents are going to want to join. They're going to want to become that new Jimmy Butler. They're going to want to try to help the Miami Heat win a championship. And I just think it's a really good place to be. Now, if you go out and trade for Donovan Mitchell, then sure, in the moment, you'll be better. Is it a guaranteed championship? Probably not in today's NBA. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Donovan Mitchell, that's a really good-ass team. That's a really good-ass team. Don't get me wrong there. But I don't know, man. I just feel like the Miami Heat are being viewed as this team that needs to be like desperate within their moves. And I very much, respect what they have built, what they have become. Jimmy Butler's ability to put the team on his back and everything like that. And to be quite honest, I think they need to get healthy. I think they need a completely healthy season. I think we said about a lot of teams though. And I think there's probably a few minor pieces of Heat culture and there's players out there you can add, man. Have that be maybe you go out and get Patrick Beverley if you don't trust Kyle Lowry. Going into the playoffs and everything like that. Or maybe Russell Westbrook gets bought out by Team X out there, and you're like, hey, like this is a guy that at least plays with good tenacity. Maybe we can get him on a minimum contract for a season. Try that out because, John Wall obviously with the Clippers and everything with that. So, I don't know. I'm not saying Westbrook's the right answer. I'm just saying I think there's opportunities out there to try something new and without giving up the future. So that's all we have for this video, man. Shout out to Kyle Lowry for the body of transformation. He did not have to do that. The dude signed his contract, but I think it shows the competitiveness of Kyle Lowry. And I know, the dude gets bullied like crazy on social media. I'm sure, maybe not everybody watching this video, but I know me in my past, like, or even now on YouTube, you get shamed for your body and things along those lines. Like, it's not easy to dig deep. Me personally, like, I did go out and lose about 25, 30 pounds, so I'm feeling pretty good myself too. But I did that for me, though, man. So, Kyle Lowry, I'm thinking he probably did it for himself, too, because he wants to be the best person, the best version of himself for the team that he committed to. That's all we got for this video, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.